We start off episode 3 with Peter being just completely freaked out by Norman knowing his secret identity. I will say I do appreciate the initial hesitancy from this version of Peter Parker. I feel like the Tom Holland Peter Parker was just very like ready to work with Iron Man. I feel like there wasn't as much hesitancy, unless I'm just misremembering Civil War. But yeah, I kind of appreciate that at first Peter doesn't want to work with him. We get this cute little scene with Peter hanging out with Nico. We learn that Nico is a foster kid, actually. We also get a little glimpse of what I believe are her parents in this picture in the background of this shot here. And, you know, I talked about it in my last video about the show, but Nico is actually a character in The Runaways, which is the basic premise of that show. It was on, I want to say ABC, or was it Hulu? I think it was Hulu, actually. But the basic premise of it is that the Runaways are a group of children of supervillains. So presumably her parents are supervillains also in this show. And she's probably a foster kid, not because her parents died, but because her parents like abandoned her to go be supervillains. Or I don't know, maybe it was a situation of like they didn't want to involve her in their dangerous lifestyle. So they like dropped her off at a foster home as a baby. Like that's also possible. But the other interesting thing is that she has a picture of them. So I feel like she probably wouldn't have a picture of them if, well, I guess what I mean by that is she lived with them long enough to like know them and have memories of them. But I feel like if they would have abandoned her like at an old enough age for her to have gained those memories, I feel like she wouldn't have a picture of them if they abandoned her. So my guess is that it's going to be revealed at some point in the show that her parents fake their deaths somehow and are just out being supervillains. And so that's why she's in foster care. My guess is that her parents are either going to be like villains of the week, or potentially, just because she's one of the main characters, or I guess she's one of the side characters of the show, potentially villains of a season in a future season. So we'll see what they do with that, but things to keep in mind. We also get Peter and Norman's little meeting here, where Norman is trying to convince him to let him help him. We also get like another parallel to Civil War, where when Tony and Peter meet in Captain America: Civil War, Tony shows Peter this like same exact shot to be like, oh, this is you, isn't it? And so that's kind of cute. Again, I appreciate the hesitancy of Peter to work with Norman. He's not all gung-ho about it. He understands like risks and that are involved and stuff like that. So I like the little detail of the show. We also get introduced to our villains of the week. They're like these Bonnie and Clyde type couple. I really like them. I thought they were a lot of fun. I like the girls' character design. You know what I mean? I just appreciate the artist's work.